Hey, I'm Roz. I'm from Toronto. I practice and teach at Power Yoga Canada, Etobicoke. My story is kind of cool. The first yoga class that I did with my husband in about 2011, and I hated it. I was miserable because I felt like I couldn't do all the poses, and anytime I got comfy, I was like, I got this, and the instructor came and made me move, and you couldn't eat, and so I was hungry, which led to being hangry, and I left and I was like, I'm never doing yoga again. And then I got really fat, and I wanted to do something to get a little less fat, so I asked a bunch of friends, and someone recommended Power Yoga Canada, and that's kind of how it happened. I went in, took my first class, and have never looked back. First, I started off as an assistant, so I did my first assistant training towards the end of my first year practicing, and I did that for about a year, and then I thought, okay, what's next? I want to do something a little bit more. Teacher training was the next logical step, so I tried that on, loved it, did that for a year and thought, okay, what's next? I got to keep my foot in the game. Came to level 1, taught for a year after level 1 and thought, okay, what's next? And here we are, level 2. What's different about Baptiste is the work we do for transformation, because it's not just about whether or not I can bend down and touch my toes, which is great. It's about the fact that my life has changed so drastically. Like, I can have open and honest conversations with people. I'm far more authentic. I am a way more powerful leader at work, at home. Like, it's that piece of Baptiste that I love. And I can get the physical aspect of it from going to the gym or from a different style of yoga, but I like to have the combination. Right now, my least favorite pose might be dancers. It changes every day. My favorite pose used to be tree, then my favorite pose was frog, and I think it just depends what's going on in my world. Because really, at the end of it, the mechanics of the pose are always the same. It's just what's happening, like, up here. So if I seem to be having a shitty day and I'm choosing to stay stuck in something, certain poses are going to feel different, although the mechanics of how I do it are pretty much the same, right? Like, dancer's pose, my hand's always going to be behind grabbing my foot, and there's always going to be the pushing back and lifting up action. And if I feel like I'm having a day where I'm on top of the world and I can do everything, I might love dancer's pose that day because it feels super open.